This is because Stoicism is a shallow philosophy. Don't get me wrong, I personally owe a lot to Stoicism, but when I spotted this limitation, I couldn't help but pull on the thread and ponder why it has this shortcoming. The way I see it, this is because Stoicism is more a philosophy of how-to than it is a philosophy of why. What up, you guys? I'm Kent E.S. Larwill, and I'm a writer, YouTuber, who talks about everything from philosophy, politics, storytelling, and more. The easiest way to support what I do is to subscribe to this channel and like this video. It's free and takes a second to do. Most philosophies are trying to answer the why to human behavior, or the why to moral questions, and this is why many philosophies have no problem answering the trolley question, since the trolley question is essentially asking, why should you, or why should you not, pull the switch? If the ancient Stoics had a chance to answer the trolley problem, I'm sure they would have a lot to say about it, but could they come to a conclusion solely based on the framework of the Stoic philosophy? Even more problematic, would the ancient Stoics even have any cohesion where they would all come to the same conclusion? Cato and Zeno would maybe come to different conclusions, since Stoicism never pondered much on questions of why. As a why question, Stoicism struggles to answer the trolley problem on the merits of its own philosophy. So you might be wondering, what is Stoicism good for if it can't answer any of these why questions? Stoicism is adamant on staying focused on how-to questions. How to live a good life, how to be a good person, how to act virtuously. To a certain degree, Stoicism makes the conscious effort to focus on procedural function rather than focusing too much on what the process should be. If you follow this quote by Epictetus, this is by design. The first most important field of philosophy is the application of principles such as do not lie. Next come the proofs such as why we should not lie. The third field supports and articulates the proofs by asking, how does this prove it? What exactly is a proof? What is logical inference? What is contradiction? What is truth? What is falsehood? Thus, the third is necessary because of the second, and the second because of the first. The most important, though, the one that should occupy most of our time, is the first. But we do just the opposite. We preoccupy with the third field and give all our attention passing the first altogether. The result is that we lie, but we have no difficulty proving why we shouldn't. Epictetus is making it clear, even in his time, that philosophies, and even fellow philosophers, spend too much time navel-gazing. And in doing this navel-gazing, they actually never get around to acting on the things they argue for. Stoicism, by contrast, is trying to be the counterbalance to this dilemma. To reframe Epictetus' three fields of philosophy, let's put it like this. Field 1 is how-to. Field 2 is why. Field 3 is what is. So many philosophies focus on field 2 and 3, but fail in making it a priority on how to accomplish everything they've laid out in their depth analysis. Stoicism consciously tries to do the opposite and traverse where most philosophies struggle to hit home. Because of this, Stoicism's flaw is also its strength. I stated earlier that Stoicism was a shallow philosophy, but with so many philosophies traveling deep, it is Stoicism which swims far in shallow waters. It is partially due to Stoicism's shallow focus, or focus on the field of how-to, that it is able to captivate such a wide audience. In the ancient world, in the Renaissance, and even to this day, it is philosophers who love delving deep into philosophy, but nearly anyone can appreciate delving into the shallow waters of Stoicism. This is the reason for Stoicism catching such a large net of people. The majority of us just want to gather the value we can get from philosophy, without worrying too much about intricate details of how any given philosopher gets to his conclusions. The businessman wants to focus his leadership skills. The athlete wants an edge on a workout routine. The scared kid just wants to know how to face the bully in the schoolyard. Stoicism can give you answers to all these conundrums, and it does so in an easy, accessible way so long as someone is willing to read a few meditation passages or watch a few daily Stoic videos. So Stoicism's weakness is actually its greatest strength, right? Well, that strength then comes with yet another weakness. We talked previously about the many ways Stoicism can be misinterpreted, most notably the rise of Broicism, a form of Stoicism solely focused on personal gain. It is due to Stoicism's shallow coverage that people easily pick and choose the elements they want from the philosophy without bothering themselves with certain fundamentals. Justice is often forgotten by this picking and choosing, and that's why the businessman who wants to focus his leadership skills may also adopt unscrupulous business tactics to wean out the competition. The athlete who wants an edge in her workout routine may push herself relentlessly and use illegal steroids to ensure she gets the gold medal. The scared kid who just wants to know how to face the bully in the schoolyard may build the courage to face the bully, but he might just do so by smashing him with a baseball bat. Stoicism's nature makes it a philosophy that ignores the why and focuses on the how-to. This allows it to catch a large audience of people looking on how to solve problems in their everyday lives, but also causes many to drift away from some of Stoicism's principles. What we can take away from this is accepting Stoicism's shortcomings while embracing the universality people can gather from it. And as always, calling out the hypocrisy when people misuse the philosophy for nothing but personal gain. This weakness, strength, and curse is something we must recognize in Stoicism so we can better mitigate its drawbacks while embracing its merits. Thanks for watching. And if you like that video, then you can check out my book where I talk about that and many other issues that might help you. It's got a title so edgy, I'm not even sure if I can say it on YouTube. So check it out in the description. And as always, if you want, you can like, subscribe, and all that other fun stuff. More videos coming, of course.